Class 24, The Inner Sacred Sanctuary. Namaste and welcome. This is Class 24 in my weekly yogic meditation classes here on my YouTube channel. I'm Susan, your teacher and guide, and the meditation today in the class is Inner Sacred Sanctuary. I've been teaching this Inner Sanctuary meditation for about 22 years now. I used to teach this in a therapeutic way for healing with the deeply healing therapeutic techniques of yoga meditation with individuals on a one-to-one basis, and quite often over quite a long period of time. One of the people who came to me, I wouldn't want to call them clients, student, whatever you want to call, this particular woman was with me for 3 years, and we worked on this, and to the most astonishing benefit in her life. So I know of its power. It's a long meditation, about 40 minutes, this version today, which is a visualization in the yogic way. And the power of visualization is that your meditation will change as you progress and change yourself. And the change, of course, is in your inner world. We have a concept for our belief in yoga. We cannot go to temple to practice our devotion until we can attain the necessary inner silence, stillness and peace. To do this, we have to deal with our ancient chaos, our repressions and our wounds, so we have some sorting, dealing and ordering to do. And of course this is in the inner world. To go to temple, of course, means the temple of man, the accumulated sacred space in the vastness of infinity, that is the great soul in eternity, where we will all surrender our wisdom gifts from our life on the path of the soul here and now. So in this meditation we honour the ancient teachings of the sacred sanctuary space within each and every one of us. This is part of our return to innocence and the simplicity of our devotion to divinity. I'm teaching this today for its power to take you to a place where you can bring an order and method to your inner world to attain balance and inner peace. Ultimately, to take you to the inner silence in the stillness that we need to go to temple. And I'll explain that in more detail in the introduction to the meditation. And when we talk about energy, life force, vital energy or prana, remember we are also talking about the energy within the body, the power of nature, livingness, known as Shakti, goddess, Kundalini, divine feminine or mother energy. And I'll remind you of what we know about earth energy. Remember Einstein, and that it's not only gravity holding matter down on this planet, but a force which is upwards from the planet. Earth energy, electromagnetic energy, telluric forces, as Steiner named them. And of course, in our system of yogic belief and understanding, we know this is prana within the earth, our planet, which is moved by the cosmic breath, the mother of the breath. So in this class, we'll start making our practice into a sadhana, and with an opening relaxation in the reclining Buddha posture. For Shavasana, I wanted, at the end of the class, I wanted to read to you again from the Upanishads, that alone is God, to remind you about our concepts for divinity in our whole concept of practice with yoga, and to remind you about samadhi, Shavasana is a short, final deep relaxation with the reading from the Bhagavad Gita. Namaste. Enjoy. Susan. And now the practice of inviting the divine energies in, making our practice into a sadhana. You'll be in a sitting position now, whatever is comfortable for you. Eyes can be open or closed. If they're open, as you know, you gaze down at the nose tip. And we'll start in the traditional way with the hands together at the heart center in Anjali Mudra, prayer hands or Namaste hands. And Namaste, I honor the spirit that dwells within you. So Anjali Mudra at the heart center, pressing the flesh of fingers and palms together, bringing balance for our practice. Balanced consciousness and body-mind. Spiritually and energetically, we're uniting the divine masculine and the divine feminine, the ultimate divine and the mother. On a deep in-breath, fingers point down, arms straighten, big moon arms sweeping up and hands join above your head at the crown chakra. Normal breathing. Visualize divine energy. Experience pure, unconditional love. Visualize a channel within your being. Deep inhale and connect with divine energy, pure unconditional love, your being. Exhale as you bring the hands down to the heart, bringing down divine energy to your energetic channel within your being, and silently invite the divine energies within, divine and divine mother, for the purpose of making your practice today into a sadhana, working with the divine. Normal breathing, focusing on divinity within. And we'll prepare now for this dedication and intention for practice. And we'll take a moment or two now to dedicate our practice for today. And setting intention. So to set the intention in the practice, just for a couple of minutes now, sitting in your calm, quiet place, relaxed and alert. Focusing for a couple of minutes now on the intention for your practice today or your practice for the next period of time. Whether it's an intention for a spiritual practice, for healing, for a change in your life, change in the world, healing of the world, this is all entirely up to you. The focus of your intention, as your meditation is your personal, private practice. Bringing your awareness back to your breathing again, being aware of how you're breathing, aware of how your body feels, bringing your attention back to your body and the space you're in physically at the moment. Breathing normally, relaxing in your posture, relaxing in your space, and we'll prepare for the meditation practices in the class. Opening relaxation. And we're going to go into opening relaxation into the reclining Buddha meditation posture. To come into the posture, we'll start by sitting on the floor or the bed, and your feet are folded to your right hand side, so your weight is primarily on your left buttock. So you want to be in sitting on your mat on the floor, your blanket, or on the bed. Both feet folded to your right hand side, and your weight is primarily on your left buttock. Slowly slide your left hand out along the floor or the bed, away from your head, turning your head and your chest to look towards the floor. Use your right arm to steady your descent, making sure you find the support in your arms while keeping the head, neck and spine relaxed. This helps you use your limbs for support, keeping the vulnerable areas like the spinal and neck muscles soft and relaxed. Carry on sliding your left arm out until you're resting on your left armpit. And then slowly roll onto the outside of your left shoulder. And follow the circular action of this motion to roll all the way onto your back. Now slowly extend your legs out along the floor or the bed, going into the corpse posture we use for Shavasana. Relax, exhale and relax completely. Rolling over onto the right hand side now by bringing the left hand over to the floor at your right. Bring the right hand under your head. Continue rolling over, bringing the left knee over the right knee until you're fully on your right side. Rest in that position. The knees can be slightly bent. And if you need to, the left knee can be all the way over the right knee, bringing the left foot to the floor at your right. The left arm now rests down your left side. So practice this a few times with blankets and pillows as well as props. If you're pregnant, a pillow in the small of your back and one between your knees and under the belly is recommended. And you can prop your head and right hand up also. So let's try that one more time. From the lying on the back corpse posture. So roll over, lie on your back. Rolling over onto the right hand side now, bringing the left hand over to the floor at your right. Bring the right hand under your head, continue rolling over, bringing the left knee over the right until you're fully on your right side, resting in that position. Knees slightly bent, and if you need to for lower back or joints, left knee can be all the way over your right knee, bringing the left foot to the floor at your right. Left arm now rests down your left side. Eyes can be open or closed. If you need to have them open, gazing down at the nose tip for the restful position for the eyes and the mind. And focus on your breathing. Longer, slower inhalations. Longer, smoother exhalations. A few breaths now, relaxing in your reclining Buddha posture. To come out of the posture, continue rolling over to your right. So take a deep inhale, roll over to your right, bringing your forehead down low to the floor. And your left hand is now resting on the floor next to your head. Let your head drop. Your neck is relaxed. Press your left hand into the floor. Bring your right hand underneath your chest. Big inhale, exhale. Use the push of the arms to bring yourself up to sitting without tensing neck or back muscles. Breathing normally, slowly curl up to sitting. The head and the neck come up last. Now in your chosen sitting position, whatever seated position is comfortable for you now, propping yourself up if you need to. The upper body is erect, so your spine is straight as I've taught you. And awareness is on the breath for a breath or two. On a big inhale, lifting with the crown of the head, relaxing the lower body down as you breathe out. And now decide if you need to adjust your posture. We'll adopt meditation mudra with the hands. Your eyes can be open now with nose-tip gazing. Whether you prefer to keep them open or closed, we're gazing within with inner eyes. Meditation. The inner sacred sanctuary. For your preparation, you can be settling into a comfortable position as I talk you through the introduction to this meditation. You can be lying down, sitting up with your back propped up with pillows. You could be on the bed, propped up against the wall or the bed head. If you're on the floor, then sitting up against the wall or the side of the bed, the sofa, couch or a chair. Anywhere that suits you now and will keep you comfortable for the time that we're in meditation. And make sure you're warm, using blankets, comforters, duvets or throws. And as you settle down, I'll guide you through. We cannot go to temple to practice our devotion until we can attain the necessary inner silence, stillness, and peace. To do this, we have to deal with our ancient chaos, our repressions, our wounds. So we have sorting, dealing, and ordering to do in the inner world. In this meditation, we honour the ancient teachings of the sacred sanctuary space within each and every one of us. This is part of our return to innocence and the simplicity of our devotion to divinity. We build an inner structure, openings through which we can deal with and grow through whatever is preventing the experience of our inner stillness, silence, and peace. Bringing our inner world into order to give us a quiet place to go, restoring a richness to the whole of ourself. The whole being coming to an inner silence, which then becomes a sacred part of yourself. To go to temple, of course, means the temple of man. The accumulated sacred space in the vastness of infinity that is the great soul in eternity, where we will all surrender our wisdom gifts from our life on the path of the soul here and now. To attain the raising in consciousness, to appreciate the need for inner stillness and silence, in the witnessing of our wisdom gifts, we work in the inner sacred sanctuary space, and we prepare for that. So, to begin our meditation, focusing on your breathing by listening to the breath as it flows into your body. Closing your eyes if that does feel comfortable now. And if you're not comfortable with this, then gazing down at the tip of your nose, and your gaze follows down to the floor, the bed, the ground. This is roughly at an angle of 45 degrees. And it's one of the gazes of yoga, or the drishtis, which are very restful for the eyes and the mind in meditation. A very quiet, calming gaze in yoga. And when you feel ready to, then let your eyes drift closed naturally. As you breathe in, all you need to do is be aware of how you're breathing. So as you breathe in, you take the in-breath deeper and deeper, making each in-breath longer and smoother. Taking the in-breath down as deep as you can into your belly. Breathing in so your belly swells with deep in-breaths. Taking them deeper and deeper into your body. And as you breathe out, every time you breathe out, with each round of the breath, as you breathe out, that breath can continue flowing down, down through your stomach, down through your tailbone, down into the ground, way down, flowing every time you breathe out. Even if the breath has to flow down to the center of the earth, attaching you to something big and solid there, so you're grounded. Breathing in, big swelling breaths. Breathing out, long, flowing, grounding breaths. We ground ourselves in our meditation. This keeps us attached to reality, connected with the earth, the planet, keeping us very firmly in the here and the now, as we go deeper and deeper into our meditation. Breathing in now, breathe into your center. This is at your solar plexus, a couple of inches above your navel. So in-breaths, with each round of the breath, in-breaths are to your center. Hands can be soft. Relaxed hands, relaxing the hands. And if it helps you to feel your center and this connection with your breathing, you place one hand there at the center, so a couple of inches above your navel, and the other hand can be on your stomach, so you can feel the swell of the belly as we breathe. Taking a couple of breaths, a couple of rounds of the breath with the hands in this position. Feeling for what the breath is doing to our bodies as we breathe. In yoga, we believe this breath brings our vital energy into our bodies. And of course, you feel this in the mind as well. Vital energy of the life force. Divine energy. And as we breathe in this way in yoga, we believe that the energy already within the body, the power of nature or livingness, is moved by the breath in a healing, nurturing way. And as you breathe now, breathing in, the breath flows up your spine. So as you breathe in, every time you breathe in, you can feel the breath moving up your spine, up, up, into your head. You can imagine light flowing with the breath so that you can watch the breath moving up your spine, up, up, into your head. And every time you breathe in, the breath flows higher and higher. And you can watch as the breath flows higher and higher with each breath. Watching as the breath moves up high, maybe as high as the sun, up above you. So imagining the sun way, way up above you in a blue, blue sky. And the breath flows up, taking you up, closer and closer. Every time you breathe in, and as you reach the sun, breathing the light of the sun into your mind. And as you breathe out, every time you breathe out, just imagine all the cells of your body flowing out, floating out into the sun. So as you breathe out, you merge with the sun, becoming like the sunlight in the blue, blue sky. and looking way, way up above you now as you float up with the breath higher and higher to another place. As if you could catch a cloud that can drift off and go off out to space. Moving through layers of space and time, cloud-like layers you seem to float through to another space, another place. And when you get there, you'll notice that the ground there is not really like ground, not like the ground here on Earth. It looks light. It looks as if it's made of waves of light. So as you step off your cloud onto these waves of light, the ground of this place, in another space, on another layer of consciousness, you surf the waves of light. And you have an inner steadiness as you move across, way across this ground of mind. And as you step from wave after wave, surfing the waves of light, you'll see that you're being taken towards a door, and it's a door of light. Go up to the door, and you'll see that there's a sign on the door. And the sign says, "You are the light." Your inner sacred sanctuary. And you can see your name. Open the door and walk in. This is your space, your place to organize energies and physical ideas to prepare to make the sacred sanctuary. Other energies, other people and beings, or memories from other times can only go there by your invitation, when it is appropriate, in your mind and your imagination. This place is totally safe. This area that you've entered can be a reception area, a room or a hall, a place where you can always go to be very quiet in your mind. Looking around this space, you may like to make some adornments, some decoration and adjustment. So looking around you, what can the walls be like? Are they stone, plaster, brickwork, painted, hung with art? How are the colours? How is the art? Paintings, tapestries, carvings, symbols. What is the ceiling like, and how is the lighting? What is the floor like? How would you like it to be? if it doesn't already present itself to you. A painted floor, wood, tile, rugs. If something wants to come to you, let it come. If you're starting from nothing, let it come as and when. If you're presented with something and want to adjust it, go ahead. Do you have furniture? Would you like furniture? Does it suit the space? This might be a continual process of adjustment every time you come here. And there will be times when nothing happens. And let that come as well. Settling down now somewhere in your quiet inner space. Take some time to look around you. Take time now to start on organising, arranging, etc., or maybe only planning right now. There is always time to come back here for this. And whatever suits you now may change with time. There is plenty of time. And every time you come back in your meditation, if there is anything you would like to change, you will know, and you can do that. Relaxing now. Relax your mind. Taking your time, looking around you, deciding what you would like in this quiet space. This is going to be the space you can come in when your mind needs to be quiet. Peaceful, solitary, alone with your own thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Whenever you have something to sort out within, in your own way. Whenever you need a bit of space away from the world. To think things through, process, return to peace and balance. To get comfort and happiness in your mind, your heart, your inner world. To help you enjoy your life. Everything here feeds your energy. All else is left outside. And looking over in your mind space now, in this quiet space, looking over to your left, there is a huge window. You look out of the window, you will see the garden, beautiful, tranquil, the prettiness of nature, peacefully ordered, the garden of the sanctuary through which is the temple. There is water, there is sunlight, chimes in the soft breeze, the green of plants and the colour of flowers. This is a place to sit and be still and silent for no reason at all. Doing nothing, or to contemplate the sacred nature of your sanctuary and the ultimate silence and energy of the temple. And I remind you that in many cultures, this act of doing nothing with the intention of doing nothing for no reason at all is upheld and respected. Doing nothing with a purpose, on purpose. Right now we're still in the quiet space and looking over to the right. You'll see another doorway, and you can see that there is a sign on this doorway. This sign says myself, capital M, capital S, myself, and inside this doorway is a corridor. You don't need to go there now. You can go in the future if that's what you decide. But if you do want to go there now, open the door myself, and you can see other doors off the corridor. These doors open onto the various parts and energies of yourself. So your inner self. This is where we find out about ourselves and deal with it and heal and grow and mature these parts and energies. These doors take us to the spaces and places where we can heal the wounds we keep inflicting on ourselves or have inflicted upon us from family, from cultures, from the past. The parts, the energies, the events, the cycles, the unexpected, deep hurts, inner chaos, repressions and suppressions of the past, thoughts, feelings, emotions, reactions and defenses. All these things can prevent our inner stillness and silence, and which prevent us ultimately from going to the temple of man, where we can dwell in the divine essence, the essence of the divine within the self. So the doors on this corridor in front of you lead us to healing places, and the corridor leads you to your sacred inner sanctuary, your sacred space within to bring in divine energies, to bring the sacred into your daily life, ultimately to reach the inner silence you need to go onwards to the temple. You know your sacred inner sanctuary is there, as you can always visit the sanctuary garden and sit and simply be. And you know the temple is there, reached through the sanctuary, because this temple is within your soul. Yourself is your soul, and the divine is within your soul, your essence of divinity. Before we reach the sacred inner sanctuary, there are the doors to the parts to yourself that are waiting to be discovered. So spending time now in deciding how to label or mark or sign these doors. My suggestions are thoughts, feelings, emotions, relationships, family, future, past, things from the past I don't understand, ideals, duties and obligations, purpose, hopes and dreams, love, fear, the unknown, death, happiness, devotion, creativity, beauty. Of course, you will have your own needs for this process, for these doorways, for these spaces, and you can return at any time for this. So just spending a little time on this right now, either in your quiet inner space in preparation, or here at this place with the doors. Whatever you decide now, you can return for more whenever you need to do that. Another half a minute or so. And now we'll focus on the sanctuary door. You know that behind this door is your sacred inner sanctuary. You know how you will need to be in your being to be in your sanctuary. This sacred inner sanctuary is always there for you. And you will know if you are ready for it, if you can sit in the garden in tranquility and enjoyment, peacefully preparing yourself for your sanctuary space. For now, either visualize your sanctuary for a future visit, decide when you will return to this part of your meditation, or hold this vision of your sanctuary now in your heart and in your mind. Another half a minute or so. Gather your mind now and focus on your breathing. And you can focus on anything you think you might need for your next visit in your meditation. As you gather your thoughts, make sure you have a mental picture to bring with you as we leave. And now it's time to turn and leave, going out of the quiet space, out of the doorway and walking back along the light waves, undulating on the ground of your mind below your feet. Maybe surfing or dancing on the energy, or a slow, rhythmic, respectful walk. Catching the cloud again, the cloud bringing you down, down, down. And this time we'll come down by the moon, catching the moonlight. And the moonlight is cool. You can see your face reflected in the moon itself. And you feel good inside. Calm, quiet, emotions bathed in the cool light. And we're coming down, down. Look down at our planet, the Earth, and see your face on the surface of the planet. You see your breath being breathed by the planet. Healing energies. Down, down. The blue sky is no longer blue. It's a dusky, darker colour. As we come back down to earth in a beautiful sunset, glorious, beautiful, gorgeous sunset colours. You know those colours as the sun sinks and the moon rises opposite on the horizon. And the earth is taking in the warmth of the day and getting ready for the cool of the night. Moonlight dancing on water. Colour, vivid colour, colours of nature all around you as you come down, down. And as you breathe in now, gathering your thoughts, your mind stuff, mind inside your head. And as you breathe in now, find where your heart is, inside your body-mind. Breathe into your heart, making space in your heart. Making the space in your heart ready for your enjoyment of life, which is what happens when the order in your inner world brings the dance of life into play. And the space in your heart is for your secret places in your inner world, the sacred space. Your sacred inner sanctuary, which is always there, where you can always go, making you happier, more content, and which you control. Breathing in, breathing back into your center with each round of the breath. Placing your hand on your center again, if that does help, to breathe into your center when you breathe in. And with each in-breath now, on breathing in, a little more alert and a little more aware with each in-breath. As you breathe in with each round of the breath and energy comes in with the breath into your body and your mind, following your meditation. A couple more deep in-breaths. Breathing in, gently opening your eyes if they have been closed. Turning slightly to the right if you have been lying down. You're bringing your gaze and your focus back into your room or your space. Relax your breathing. Relax your posture. Coming back up to sitting if you do need to do that. Breathe in all that energy into your heart space. Stretch if you need to, or simply sit with this as long as you want to. And return to your inner sacred sanctuary meditation whenever you need to. Namaste. And this is the satsang part of the class. And for this class we have a satsang from the Upanishads, a reading from the sacred texts of yoga. Your preparation is as usual, adopting a comfortable position, relaxing your defences if you do come across resistance, returning to breath awareness, finding the soft and receptive part of your mind, that part that holds the seed of your true nature, the sweet sac of eternal life, your amber nectar. I heard a beautiful version of Ram Dass reading this, which inspired me for this class's satsang. That which makes the tongue speak, but which cannot be spoken by the tongue, that alone is God, and not what people worship. That which makes the mind think, but cannot be thought by the mind, that alone is God, and not what people worship. That which makes the eye see, but which cannot be seen by the eye, that alone is God, and not what people worship. If you think that you know God, you know very little. All that you can know are ideas and images of God. I do not know God, nor can I say that I don't know it. If you understand the meaning of I neither know nor don't know, you understand God. Those who realize that God cannot be known truly know. Those who claim that they know nothing. The ignorant think that God can be grasped by the mind. The wise know it beyond knowledge. When you see that God acts through you at every moment, in every movement of mind or body, you attain true freedom. When you realize the truth and cling to nothing in the world, you enter eternal life. And spending time in your contemplation now, being silent and centered within. Another minute or so in your contemplation. bringing your awareness back to your breath. Breathing from the center. If your eyes have drifted closed, you can gently open your eyes again, bringing your gaze and your focus back into your space. Breathing into the center. More alert and more aware with the breath. And it's time to start preparing for final Shavasana. And now we've reached the Shavasana part of the class, going to the sweet spot. This is the end of your class, and this is our final deep relaxation. Your preparation is as usual. You can adopt any posture you'd like to be in now for your final Shavasana. Settling your body down. Your mind settling down into your body. Your practice settling into your body-mind. Awareness on your breath. Bring your awareness to long out breaths flowing down through your lower stomach. Closing your eyes if you're happy with that. Relaxing your body down into your posture. With Samadhi, every trace of separateness disappears. Duality disappears. Resting now in the knowledge that all things are interconnected, in the unity of life. And I'll read to you from the Bhagavad Gita. The Song of God, which was written as a discussion on the battlefield in which Lord Krishna holds a philosophical dialogue with Arjuna. An eternal message of spiritual wisdom. And this was written in the year approximately 200 before the Christian era. So a reading from the Song of God. I am the taste of pure water and the light of sun and moon. I am Om, the sacred word, the sound in silence, and the courage of human beings. I am the sweet fragrance in the earth and the radiance in fire. I am the life in all living beings and the striving of those who train their souls. and spending a few minutes now deep, deep in your relaxation. Focusing on your breathing again. Being aware of your breathing. It will shortly be time to come back to full alertness and awareness. Being aware of the in-breath. Taking a couple of deep in-breaths, bringing energy back. More alert and more aware with each in-breath. More aware of my voice and the sound of the background music. As you breathe, Breathing into the center, deeper in-breaths, bringing energy back, more alert and more aware with each in-breath. If you've been lying down, turn over onto your right side. If you're sitting, roll slightly to the right. A couple of deep in-breaths, bringing energy back. Gently opening your eyes, bringing your gaze and your focus back. A couple of deep in-breaths, bringing yourself back to the sitting position. That's the end of your deep relaxation, and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you would like to go to sleep now or relax for the rest of your day, then this can be the end of your class, and Namaste. For those of us who need to carry on with our day and interact with the outside world, we'll finish our practice now with a yoga sealing breath for energetic closure. And now for our closing practice of the class, a yoga sealing breath. So we'll close with a sealing breath, the sealing breath with moon arms, and a final Namaste, meaning I honour the spirit that dwells within you. For the sealing breath, we're in sitting, and hands are at the prayer position at the heart, Namaste hands. And we're going to take a couple of centering breaths with moon arms to seal energy within. Deep inhale. Exhale and point the fingers down to the earth. Straighten the arms. Big inhale. Turn palms up and sweep the hands and arms out to the sides of your body and up in a big moon circle until palms meet above the head. Pause. Long, slow exhale, hands come down to crown chakra, the forehead, then the throat and the heart. Prayer hands in Anjali Mudra, prayer mudra at the heart. Inhale and pause. Breathing normally. We'll go one more time. Big inhale. Exhale, point the fingers down to the earth, straighten the arms. Big inhale, turn palms up, sweep the hands and arms out to the sides of your body and up in a big moon circle. Palms meet above the head. Pause. Long, slow exhale, hands come down to crown chakra, then the forehead, then the throat and the heart. Prayer hands in Anjali Mudra. Inhale and pause. Exhale, fingers point down, hands down to the solar plexus, down to the base chakra. Normal breathing. Out breaths flowing down through the base chakra with each round of the breath. So inhale, exhale. As you breathe out, breath flows down through the base chakra. The breath has sealed your energy in. Straighten your arms. On the next exhale, breath flows down through the lower abdomen, down to the earth, grounding you for the rest of the day. Breathing normally. Prayer hands to the heart. That's the end of our practice. Namaste.